In a little bit over a week, Georgia Southern is going to be playing some football. The season is going to be starting, right? We're going to be going to Fresno State. Hopefully we can walk back with a win. And I think we have the talent to do so. And I also think we have the talent to actually be on top of the Sun Belt this season. And with Coach Clay Helton being in his 4th year, it looks like he got everything in that's lined up to make that happen. In this video, we're going to talk about the captains that was chosen. And I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on all 4 guys. One of the guys, I kind of knew this was going to be the case. And one guy that I know is absolutely well-deserving. And the other 2 are absolutely fantastic picks to be captains of the team. So we're going to look at this video from Georgia Southern's football X account. Shout out to Georgia Southern X account. Awesome place. If you want to follow anything Georgia Southern football, definitely go there. And we're going to look at this video and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions. So let's go ahead and get into this and let's see where we're going with this.
We talked about these guys and what they do. They are the example of what a Georgia Southern Eagle is, always, all right? They show the toughness. They show the discipline. They show putting team over themselves. So when I announce your name, if you come up here, understand you're taking on that responsibility. But these are the guys that you voted for. You did a hell of a job.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So he voted. The players voted for this, so this is pretty awesome because, you know, sometimes you know that they do, sometimes you don't know, sometimes the actual coaching staff gets together and do it. But this is one thing I like about Coach Clay Helton. He's done a fantastic job of, you know, just bringing that culture out of Georgia Southern. A lot of people was a little bit skeptical of this in the first few years, but I think that Coach Clay Helton has actually, you know, personified what it means to be an Eagle. And I think he actually kind of took it to the next level, even though the results are not 100% there because our tradition is all about winning. But I think he's done enough to actually say, hey, he's on the right track. And I think that we're going to see this with the captains that we pick and where this team could possibly go this season.
Start out, first guy, really proud of this guy, a guy that is literally a machine for this team. Josh Dallas.
So the first person that he picked, the first player that we picked was Josh Dallas. Now, Josh Dallas is an excellent player. I've, you know, been following him ever since he was a freshman. I saw some of his high school, you know, highlights, and I was like, man, he's going to be a pretty solid kid playing for Georgia Southern. But I think he went a step beyond what we thought. You know, when you look at a guy like Josh Dallas and what he's done this particular season, breakout season for him, 46 receptions last season. 46 receptions, 614 yards, 6 touchdowns, excellent season, and one incredible play that he made against Georgia State. I mean, that was an absolute awesome play. So, yeah. So I love what I see here. So far, so good with, you know, Josh Dallas, obviously. You know, good pick.
Second guy, obviously newcomer, but he's done this role before, and obviously you saw it, and he's going to do it again. Yes, Brendan Harrison.
All right, Brendan Harrison is a transfer from Appalachian State, and I give App State fans hell over this, and I know they came at me in the responses on X. I know, but it's all good. But you get a guy that's a 7th-year senior that's actually you know, have leadership qualities, a guy that was able to, you know, with the program like App State, as much as I don't like them, I do respect them. And if you're going to be that type of guy that's going to be in the trenches and be a vocal leader for a program like that, I love the fact that he's here. And it just, you know, it feels awesome that he's here. But a little bit about him, all Sun Belt back in 2020, honorable mention, all Sun Belt second team, and 2024 also honorable mention, all Sun Belt conference. He had what I think, let me see right here. He had total 167 tackles, 15 against JMU. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, he has one of those guys. So to move away from somebody like Marquise Watson Trent and to bring somebody like Harrington in, this is really, really good that we got somebody like this to basically fill in that gap, because Marquise Watson Trent was a big loss. I mean, you can't replace that, you know, back to back like how we did right now. I mean, that's like really rare that you could do that, but good to have him here.
Third guy, really proud of this guy. This guy's matured in every way, physically, mentally, understanding what not only his role, how important his role is, and being the example of it every day, your quarterback, J.C. French.
This one is a no-brainer to have J.C. French. The thing about J.C. French, he basically paid his dues for the past couple of years. He sat behind Davis Brin. He got to play a little bit late in the season, full-time starter in 2024, and he was able to be fairly efficient. Could have been a little bit better. 269 for 410, 2,831 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He was kind of knocked out of a couple games. He had a couple of rushing touchdowns. But I think when you have a guy with, the experience now of 1 year under his belt actually playing as a full starter, I think he's going to be just fine. And hopefully that will be the case.
And this last guy I'm mighty proud of, a guy that I've always believed big men win championships. And this guy has led us and is going to continue to lead us. Cookie.
All right, you got Caleb Cook here, offensive lineman, 6'3", 320 pounds, redshirt senior out of Brunswick, Georgia. Not many stats that are out there for an offensive lineman. We already know how that is. But when you look at his accolades throughout his entire career at Georgia Southern, 2021, 2022, Sun Belt Conference Academics Commissioners List. Also in 2022, 2023, same thing, Commissioners List. Made the honor roll in 2023, 2024. And also in 2024, he was the All Sun Belt Conference third team, All Belt Conference fourth team based on Phil Steele. And also he was 2024 College Sports Communications Academic All District. So he played all 13 games. He played for over 850 snaps. So he has pretty much the wherewithal to do a little bit of everything, all of it, most of it was on offense. He also played on special teams. And you got a big guy like this who's on that offensive line that we're talking about earlier in another video, that this offensive line is very, very, very talented, and we got a lot of experience as well. So you want to have a guy like that that could be a captain on the team as well. So you got a guy in the trenches, you got three guys that are on offense, you got a defensive leader that's on the defensive side as a captain as well. Now, if I have any criticism, I would say that honestly, I would like to have two offensive guys and two defensive guys as captains, but you can't go wrong with what you have here. I mean, these four guys are absolutely excellent. And I think with this team, the way it's set up, is the first couple of weeks is going to be telling about, what kind of adversity we can go through playing against Fresno State, going to play against USC. And once you see, and after those couple of games, if we can still survive going through those, at least making those games competitive at best, I think we'll be able to have enough confidence to go through the entire rest of the season, possibly undefeated. Because I just don't see where it's a huge threat to Georgia Southern in the Sun Belt. They look like they're probably the best team in the Sun Belt, but you just never know. We saw what happened last year when we had to scrap and we had to scratch and crawl and fight just to be in a conversation. We don't want to see that again. But when you have leadership like this, Coach Clay Helton, you have J.C. French at the quarterback position. He's going to be throwing to Josh Dallas, the protection from Caleb Cook. You turn right back around as well. And on defense, you got a guy like Brendan Harrington. You got a recipe, to move all of that leadership and all of that experience, and it can be contagious to the rest of the team where we can possibly make some real noise. Based on my X account, I have the Georgia Southern Eagles going at least at the very minimum 10-3, or at the top 10-3. The minimum is 8-4. And I do also feel that it's possible that we can be a one-loss team. It's a big possibility. I mean, anything can happen when you get on the field, but when you really look at this team, we could really surprise a few people, especially I think we could steal one from Fresno State. I really do believe that. And I know JMU is a team that's in the Sun Belt that we have to watch. And honestly, you got to watch the entire Sun Belt, because we took some losses last year that we should not have. But you see how that goes. The USC game, man, if we can win that game, man, that'd be crazy. But one game at a time. We're going to be playing Fresno State within a week, August 30th. The game is going to be at 9:30 at night on the East Coast, man. That's going to be wild, but I'm going to be here to watch it. Hopefully you guys are going to be watching as well. We're definitely going to be talking about that and everything under the Eagles umbrella over here. You know, I cover everything from the Eagles to the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta Hawks, but we're going to be talking about the Eagles first. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.